first of all, hello. Welcome to the Sable. This is my car, and I have a new phone. It's the Samsung Charge, and it's got a front-facing camera, and it's right there. And so I can actually, now you can see me when I'm driving. Isn't that cool? So here I am. Welcome to the Sable. I'm driving home from work, and right now we're in Northwest DC at 16th Street and Portal Drive Northwest. And as you kind of gathered by the name, we're getting ready to leave DC. And so here we are. So yes, I hope you enjoy this front-facing camera. This is, the way hopefully I'll be able to do my in-the-car video journals now. Because, it makes more sense to show me than it does to, say, show, in front. Because, of course, you want to see me. And so we'll see how this works out. And what is this person doing? Okay. Anyway, the only thing is if I comment on traffic now, you can't see it because it used to face out and now it faces in. And so, it's, commenting on these idiots that I share the road with is a little different. And now we're at a red light, and we're in Montgomery County, by the way, so here we are. Anyway, so let me tell you about my time in, my time, in Stuarts Draft and all that. Let's just say this, I had a lot of fun. First of all, I get on the Cardinal, take the Cardinal from Union Station in DC. And it's like, it was nice, get there nice and early, sit down, get the newspaper that I ended up not reading, but whatever. And, it was good. I read the, I hit the Cardinal, and it was good. I ended up getting probably what would be the worst seat on the train, but it didn't bother me, because the worst seat on the train, you see, I was sitting at the very front. As far as coach class went in the Cardinal, I was the forwardmost passenger. So, because I was in the first car. There were 3 coaches on the Cardinal. The first car was for like short distance passengers, and I think the longer distance you were going, I believe the longer you were traveling, the further back in the train you were, I believe. So in other words, all the short haul passengers, like I was, pretty short haul. So, but yeah, the only seat available in that first coach, the only row available to get the rodeo was the very front one. That row had no window, and also had no little fold-down tray. And that's fun, because, I didn't need either one, because you see, if you take about 3 steps forward from where I was sitting, there was the lounge car, and that had tables and windows, and so yeah, I spent, of the 4 hours I spent on the train, I think I spent maybe about 15 minutes total in my actual seat, and so I spent the rest of it all in the lounge car, so it worked out very well. And so, it's funny though, I go in the lounge car, I was wearing the toe shoes, right, those Skeletos shoes. You go in there, and it was, and it's like the lady in the cafe car thought those weren't shoes, and it's like, oh yeah, they're shoes, like, you have a so-and-so. So I turn around and pull my foot up, and I start saying, yeah, see? And they're like, okay, and because they were a little concerned, because, when you go in between cars, they can sometimes do this, they don't want you to catch your toes in the, they don't want you to catch your toes in between rail cars, because that would be a really unpleasant way to lose a toe, wouldn't it? And so, I have all of my toes, and I would like to keep them, but, it worked out just fine, because, they're good shoes. But anyway, so that was good. I got a lot done on the train. I was tethered to the phone and was doing work on the Schumin Web conversion to WordPress, so that worked out. And then I got to Staunton, went over to what used to be Daily Grind. You remember after I got fired from Walmart, I went to the coffee shop every day, and got, and pretty much, applied for jobs, did stuff like that. Well, that's what I did in the, then. But yeah, I went to Daily Grind, though, or what else? It's called Mug Shots now, but whatever. Same place. And I went, just kind of hung out for a while. Played around on Wikipedia and junk. course, the company was great. I had dinner with Dad, so that was... Otherwise, then on the next day, it was on, Thursday, yes, Sis came to town. She flew in from Chicago. Actually, she flew in, get this, the way her flight worked out, she started in Chicago, went down to Atlanta, and then from there took the little commuter jet up to Charlottesville, which I found to be a little bit bizarre, but, you know, that's the airline system for you. And so they do that. So anyway, so that's what we did. That's what she did. And then Dad brought her home from there, and so we all had lunch in Waynesboro. And then we went, kind of hung out at the house. The original plan was that she was going to meet Chris, because Chris was able to drive in a couple days before, get the car inspected and worked on, etc. And it turns out that Chris's car kind of pooped out on him while he was down visiting his parents. And so, he had to get it fixed, and that pushed things back a little bit. And so instead of just a quick meet, hello, eat, and leave, we got to actually, we actually got to hang out, which was good. Sis pulled out her laptop, and we set up, as she called it, Nerd Base Alpha on the kitchen table at my parents' house. That worked out. And then what else? And so we got to do that. And of course, let's not forget, while I was at home, my parents finally decided it was a good time to secure their internet, their wireless. And because what they said is that some of the kids had told them they were able to get on their wireless from the street corner. It's like, oh, we can't have that. Because, after all, you get on somebody's open wireless network, that does present some security problems. Because for all you know, some little perv could sit outside, download all of his whatever kind of child pornography or something on your wireless connection, and guess who it might come back on? Yeah. So that's just not a good thing. So, so we did that. We went and secured the internet, not downloaded. That's. And so, secured the wireless, and of course, true to form, what did I do? They want me to secure it. I go in, I secure it, and break the internet. Yes, indeed, I broke the internet. Al Gore invented it, and I broke it. So there you go. And so then, of course, we had to. Then Chris came. The internet was still broken, but whatever. We all, the five of us, had dinner together. That was really cool. It's always good to see Chris. Chris is a lot of fun. So we got to do that. Then they left, and I got to work fixing the internet. Eventually, we got it to work, and now it's secured. They have a password on their Wi-Fi, which is really how it should have been all along. But such is what happens. And now we have like a real we have a real password on it, and nobody's getting in there without getting past me. So so that works out really well. So yeah, they should have had that all along, but better late than never. Otherwise, then on Friday, I got to hang out with a number of people I hadn't seen in a while. First went to my ex-Walmart, where everybody was very impressed about the 68 pounds lighter that I am. That was a lot of fun. And so there are not a lot of people left from when I was at Walmart. I mean, there are only like a couple. There are like 2 managers left, and then a few employees. I saw a good amount of people, but definitely not as many as were there when I was there. And this is not surprising considering what a high turnover Walmart is. After all, at Walmart, let us not forget that employees are disposable. Employees are disposable. Use them until you're done with them, and then throw them away. And so, I mean, it's like, if you don't like it, go quit, and so, yeah, I don't know. I'm glad I don't work for Walmart anymore. That's all I have to say. And then after that, I went to the middle school and, hung out with Mom for a while at the middle school. Got to see all the other teachers because, we're all pals. And that was fun. And then after that, I went to Charlottesville, hung out with my friend Birgit. You remember Birgit from the Gay Rights March? So yeah, I got to hang out with Birgit. That was really fun. We went to the corner district and, hung out. It was really neat. Then on Saturday, at the ass crack of dawn, we got up to go back to Washington. Mom and I did. And so at 4 in the morning, we're getting into the, and I'd gotten everything ready. I had packed up all my stuff, brought it all downstairs, had it all piled up together, so that all I had to do when I got to, when I got up in the mornings, I just had to bring the clothes I was wearing down, as well as, that was it. I had everything else all ready to, all ready to go, and just had to throw it in. And that worked. Worked out very well. I got it all. I just threw it all in, and we went. It's like we were supposed to do the trip nonstop, but Mom got fatigued part of the way through, so we stopped at this truck stop in, I think it's Tom's Brook, exit 291 on Interstate 81. Look it up on Wikipedia. There are 2 truck stops right there. We stopped at the one Loves, and that was what we did. And so we did that. Then we got to Vienna, dropped Mom off, and then I got to drive Mom's ugly Scion, which was interesting. I'm just kind of like, okay, this car is, first of all, her car is ugly, but it is a decent fit for me as far as, things. Like I don't know if you read that journal entry where I tried the Scion XD. That car did not fit me very well. This one actually fit me right, legs and arms and all that. But it's ugly. And also, the other thing is, that car has quite a bit of pick-me-up to it. And I found it was very easy to speed in that car. Because I took, from Vienna, I take 66, and I go to the Beltway to Georgia Avenue to get home. And let's just put it this way. It was early morning plus the Beltway, because I was on the road at 7:30 driving this thing. And, no, early night, whatever. But anyway, so I'm just doing this thing with the car, And then on the Beltway, I found the speed limit's 55. I'm going 75 without even realizing. It was like, oh, no. Slow down. Just because, I'm not about to get a ticket in my mother's car. Because then I don't want to even, don't even want to have that discussion with, why are you driving a car registered in Stuarts Draft? You live in Silver Spring. And, even though it's my mother's car, I'm taking it to park it and all that good stuff. So, but, I just don't want to get in on it. So it's like, okay, then on Georgia Avenue, I find myself just zinging down the road. And I'm like, no, slow down. Very easy to speed in that car, so I could not have it for that. Just because, and of course it's partly the way you do it around here. I mean, when you're driving in Montgomery County, you pretty much can't speed. Like, I mean, right now, I'm going 25 miles an hour. And the way you drive in Montgomery County is it's called you drive as fast as you can, because you're never going to speed. Never are you going to speed, because all this is stop and go, stop and go, stop and go. Gas, brake, honk, just like Homer Simpson said. Gas, brake, honk. That's it. And so, but yeah, early mornings you can get some serious speed going. But yeah, that's just the way that is. Otherwise, let's see. So that was Saturday morning. So I got home, hung out for a while. Got to, goof off, since I wasn't going to the book festival. That was Mom's thing. And that's kind of not my thing. Plus, I ended up taking like a 30-minute nap, so that worked out too. And brought everybody's stuff in. And then that evening, I went and met Mom, down at the book festival. And that was interesting, because here's the thing. We decided we were going to go out for dinner somewhere. And, we went, and we were looking for somewhere, because there was crowding at Smithsonian, so I didn't want to deal with the blue or orange line. So what we ended up doing is, we ended up walking over to L'Enfant Plaza station. Also, there was single tracking in places, and that was a mess too. So we ended up walking to L'Enfant Plaza, took the yellow line to Pentagon City, and ate somewhere over there. We ended up going to Champs at Pentagon Row. And I was just scandalized there, because first of all, we get in there. As they're doing this, they're putting out this little podium at Champs at Pentagon Row. And this is, I guess, to take names for tables and all that, because, it was a big sports. I think they had some big fight going on. And Mom's like, ooh, sweaty half-naked man on the thing, right? And somehow or another, she's being Mom, I guess. Being feisty. But anyway, so I said, and so I'm just like, oh dear. And then somehow or another, she ended up getting the poster with the men with no shirts on. And they rolled it up and gave it to her. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know you. You know, because it's like, I'm scandalized. My mother, and then of course, let's not forget the maitre d' at the restaurant. The ladies who were, you know, assigning the tables. They're like this. They're like, I wish I had a mom that was cool like that. It's like, yes, but it's not your. But it's, remember, this is not your mother. And if it was your mother, that would be a different story. But you know, there you go. And then also, it turned out that then next time I was scandalized again in the restaurant because there was a group in the area. Kind of, we were down here, and then there was another group in this little other section. And there were a bunch of people, and half of the men were wearing women's clothing. They were, I mean, it was obviously, you know, this was some kind of thing. You know, you have a bunch of males doing this, and it's like one of them was wearing a bra, you know, and I'm just like, okay. It was interesting to say the least. And so, you know, it's like I didn't quite get the whole thing, and so it's like afterwards. It's like, it was interesting. It's like they're doing, it's like, yeah. And afterwards, you know, I talked to them. It's like, so what's going on with this? And it turns out, guess who the group was? The Atlanta Braves. Yes, those Atlanta Braves. And it was the Atlanta Braves after the game where they played the Nationals, who actually beat someone for a team. Yes, the Nationals beat the Braves. Amazing. But yes, it was the Atlanta Braves. And they were getting their rookie. They dressed up all their rookies as women. I'm just like, and Mom's just like, this is what they say about that when boys grow up, they don't become men, they become big boys. So there you go. So yeah, that was pretty interesting. It's like the Atlanta Braves, of course. And this is the thing. It's like I'm sure there are some, you know, little fanboys out there who would be like, oh my God, it's the Atlanta Braves. And I'm just like, yeah, okay. I mean, I wouldn't know these people if I fell over them. You know, let's be honest here, because I mean, you know, they looked like, you know, any group of guys that all goes out to a sports bar together. So, you know, they did not, and they were also dressed normally except for the rookies, and they weren't wearing. Nobody was wearing anything that says, "Hi, I'm the Atlanta Braves." So yes, but yes, I met the Atlanta Braves, met the team. I didn't get any pictures with them. Sorry. And it was funny too. I was just like, really, the Atlanta Braves? And they said, why do you say everything twice? Oh, I'm doing that. Oh, yes, I guess I am. So yeah, it was interesting though. But yes, I can say I've met a professional sports team in person, and so that was kind of fun. Did a fist bump with one of them. That was interesting. One of those deals, you know, kind of neat. But yes, I met the Atlanta Braves, which I was not expecting. So that was fun. Okay. And then the rest of Saturday we just took the metro back, and then I got to hand Mom back the keys to her car. Admittedly, that was fun to drive. And in fact, and she's like, you took my car? And I was like, hell yeah, I took your car. You know, it's like, I'm going to drive somebody else's car for a change. I'm going to do that. And so it's like, when we got back to the metro where I took it, I gave Mom back her keys. And it's like, well, shoot. I had to sit back in the passenger side over here and be insignificant. But, you know, that's just the way it is. And it's just like, you know, it's like when you have your car, you know, it's like you like to drive it. That's just like in the Sable, in this car. I have been on that side only once have I been on that side. And that was coming back from actually up this way for the first time. Because halfway back, I got a little tired, so Mom and I switched. And that was, I think, the only time I was ever a passenger in my own car. So that was interesting. And then, of course, I had to fix the seat back to where it needed to be because, you know, Mom's smaller than I am. So, yeah, that's the way that worked. And so, yeah, but still, that was interesting. It was fun. Let's just say that. And then Sunday morning, we went out to breakfast with my friend Kim at the original Pancake House in Bethesda. And that was really fun. I always enjoy when I go, you know, get to hang out with Kim. And Mom enjoyed it too. And so that was really a lot of fun. Got to, you know, spend some great quality time. Mom gets to meet one of my friends. so it worked out really well. And then after that, I got Mom to the Beltway and she went home. So all in all, I had a fun trip. I describe it as we each visited each other, because first I visited Mom in Stuarts Draft, and then Mom visited me, so it worked out. And so yeah, it was an interesting weekend. So otherwise, I'm almost home now, and I'm probably just going to leave this on until I get all the way in, just because that way I don't have to fiddle with the camera till I'm stopped. And so also, since I've spoken now for about 21 minutes with the camera facing me like this, I'm going to have to look and see how this looks. Obviously, I'm going to post this on YouTube and all that. Obviously, you're seeing this now. I did. And I'll post this as a Schumin Web Video Journal. And also, if you look on Schumin Web, and those of you who are watching this on YouTube, I am going to post a link to the journal entry for this when I'm finished with it. And so you'll be able to see, because I'm going to post pictures from the trip beneath it. So look down here in the description, and you will find a link. Follow that. You'll see this video again, and also all of my pictures. So do that. Also, I know we're going to put commenting on Schumin Web when we get to WordPress, but we're not there yet. So let me know what you think about this format of doing the video journal in the car, where it's pointing at me and looking at me. Leave a comment. If you're on Schumin Web, jump over to YouTube and go down here and read a comment. Or not read it. Well, read a comment. Leave one, more importantly. And so, leave a comment, as Riley McElwain would say, leave a comment in the doobly-doo. And so yeah, do that, because I would appreciate finding out what you all think of this. And now, let's see if I can get in this parking space. Oh yeah, first try. Look at that. Here we are. Yes. Anyway, I'm home now, so you all enjoy very much. Have a great rest of the day, and all right, ta-ta.